Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2. Normally, when I've been on stage in front of this many people, I take at least a year to recover before I do it again. So here we are. Hello, welcome to day 2 of PYCON UK 2025. If you were here yesterday, I hope you had a really wonderful day. Anyone who went to the Ada play rehearsal last night, it was wonderful. It is being recorded and it will be on YouTube, so if you missed it, you get an opportunity to see it again. There's quite a lot of people who are here for the first time today, so you might, if you were here yesterday, you might have heard some of this before. I'll try and be a bit briefer today. I've moved my laptop over here because I realise you can't see me because I'm too short. So we've got a couple of scheduled changes. There's just a couple of cancelled talks because we have speakers who couldn't make it today, unfortunately. So if you're planning to go to either of these talks, they are not on. We had some workshop Wi-Fi issues yesterday, especially in Space 3. We don't have workshops going on today, but there will be posts in the Space 3 and Space 4 channels later today. So we're going to ask speakers to post about any preparation materials that you might need if you're attending those workshops, just to give you a chance to download anything in advance and hopefully avoid the Wi-Fi issues. Today you may see some young people around. Don't be afraid of them. They're just like us. They're mostly just a bit shorter than me. Some of them are taller than me. No. They will be attending our Young Coders Day, which is happening in Space 3, and they're going to be doing a day of really fantastic sounding workshops. I know there's quite a lot of people that would quite like to go to those too, and I'm sorry you can't, but maybe have a chat to the presenters later. If you've given a talk before, either a main program talk or a lightning talk, you know that it's quite daunting to stand up on the stage and talk to a big audience, lovely as you all are. So now imagine doing that, but you're only 8. So later on at 4:30, we'll have our Young Coders demos. So they're going to come onto the stage and tell us a bit about what they've been doing during the day and what they've been working on. It is the best session of the day. I really encourage you to come. You'll really enjoy it. Find out what they've got up to. We also have the Django Girls workshop running in Space 4. There's quite a few of our Django Girls attendees who are here for the full conference as well as today. So do please say hello, make them feel welcome if you see them around. You'll be able to identify them because they have the best stickers. Right, so despite the fact there's not very many of you here today, we have sold out. There will be lots of people here later. That means that the first and last sessions of the day is probably going to be busy in here. So we're going to be live streaming this session, the keynotes, the Young Coders demos, and the lightning talks to Space 2, which is the smaller auditorium space on the top floor. Some housekeeping things. So this is your badge. You should all have one. We need you to wear it if you're in the venue. There is a QR code on it. The QR code just goes to the attendee portal page on our website. Oops. There. It's the same for everyone. There's no personal information on it. It just has some helpful links for you about the schedule and lunch and things like that. We have 2 sittings for lunch, because there are going to be a lot of us. It worked really well yesterday. I don't think there were huge queues. The lunch was really good. So there's a number on your badge. It's here. It's a 1 or a 2. It refers to your lunch sitting. So you're either at lunch at 12:30 when the sessions finish, or at 1:15 for session 2. If there's any reason that you need to eat earlier or you need to eat later and not in your assigned session, just please do so. No one's going to tell you off for it. And tomorrow there are some workshops that start a bit earlier, so if you are in sitting 2 for those, just go and eat earlier. Most of our conference communications will be on Discord. You will have received a link to our Discord server when you got your ticket. There's also links in the attendee info email. If you haven't already done so, you can scan this QR code to join. And we've also got, we should have copies of it at the welcome desk now because the link in the attendee portal wasn't working yesterday. But once you're there, you need to type register, /register in any channel and enter your order code, which will get you into the 2025 channels. Your order code is here on your badge. As in previous years, we've asked you to bring your own lanyard, as long as it's not red or yellow. We do have yellow lanyards downstairs for people who would prefer not to be photographed. So please keep in mind if you're taking photos that anyone wearing a yellow lanyard would prefer not to be in photos. And if you post them anywhere, just have a look before you post them. Red lanyards are for organisers, so you can easily identify us if you need help with anything. Some of our speakers will choose to take questions after their talk. We'll also have channels in Discord where you can ask a question if you don't want to ask it in here. However, something that becomes apparent at conferences is that many people don't really know what a question is. So we'll try to clear this up, and credit again to Daniele for all of these words. So a question is not a comment. It's not an opportunity to point out something the speaker didn't know. It is not an opportunity to make you look clever. The purpose of a question is to give the speaker a chance to tell the questioner something that they didn't know or clarify something the questioner didn't understand. It's an opportunity to make the speaker look brilliant and not to make the questioner look clever. And our session chairs will be given the authority to only accept actual questions. We do have a code of conduct. It's listed prominently on the website. It's in Discord. It's printed, displayed around the venue. Please read it. If you haven't read it for a while, please read it again. It is not a list of things that you're not allowed to do or say. It is a statement of some of our values and a description of the way that we want you to treat each other. What it basically means is treat everyone with respect, courtesy, and kindness. We have people of all kinds at the conference, some young people, some people that you wouldn't normally see at technical conferences, and we need your language and your behaviour to be appropriate for a general audience. So our code of conduct applies everywhere. It applies to talks, it applies to questions, it applies on Discord, it applies on social media, it applies at our conference social events. It applies if you're outside the venue with other attendees. It applies to everyone that you speak to. So it applies to everyone that you interact with. So that includes your fellow attendees. It also includes volunteers, conference organisers, venue staff, and sponsors. If you see or experience anything that concerns you, you can report it. You can report it by email. You can report it on Discord. You can contact one of the Code of Conduct team members in person on Discord, or you can contact any member of the organising team. And I think we have two of the Code of Conduct team members here, so Thibaut and Baptiste. And Providence is currently running the Django Girls workshop. She is around too. So if you have a concern, your concern will be heard in confidence, it will be taken seriously, and it will be dealt with according to a documented procedure, which you can go and take a look at on our website. So, as is traditional at PYCON UK, I'm going to talk about toilets. So, on the ground floor in this venue, we have toilets that are labelled by gender. They're also labelled by the facilities that they contain. On the first floor, we have gender-neutral toilets, and there are accessible toilets on every floor. Please respect your fellow attendees. People of all genders attend PYCON UK, and we trust all of our attendees to choose and use the facilities that are appropriate for them. and we expect them to be left in peace while they do so. If you have any concerns, you're welcome to address them to the organisers, but no one is to be harassed whilst using our facilities. If you need a break from the conference crowds, we have a quiet room. It's on the top floor. You have to go all the way past space 4 to get to it. If you have any problems finding it, just ask at the welcome desk. And please use this space just to sit quietly if you need to. Be respectful of other people who might need to use it too. So huge thanks to all of our sponsors this year. We've got gold sponsors, Bloomberg, Flock Health, Snapshot AI, and the Bennett Institute for Applied Data Science, and our silver sponsors are JetBrains and Internet Society Pulse. We've also been supported by generous grants from the Python Software Foundation, the EuroPython Society, and the Django Software Foundation. Can we have a big round of applause for all of our sponsors? So our sponsors make the conference possible, and without their financial support, there's lots of things we wouldn't be able to do. We wouldn't be able to have a free crash. We wouldn't be able to have the STTRs doing our live captioning. We wouldn't be able to have a financial assistance program. And I want to reiterate what I said yesterday. Our sponsors are part of this community. They're organizations who use Python, they work with Python, they employ Python developers, and they have a desire to give back to the community that they are part of. And so they're here because they want to support us, they want to be part of us, they want to talk to you, so please go and have a chat with them at their booths or in their Discord channels. And now Mark's going to tell us about lightning talks.
So I haven't got a flat surface to put the buckets down on. This is called the bucket talk, for anybody who hasn't seen it before. So every day at 5 o'clock, we have the lightning talk session. Today is the only day I say it's not the best bit of the conference. It's the second best bit of the conference. The best bit is the demos from the Young Coders Day, which is basically its own set of lightning talks, but with more glitter and cardboard. It's genuinely awesome. So each day we have an hour of lightning talks. A lightning talk is a 5-minute or less talk given by you, the members of the conference. It can be on any topic about Python, Python adjacent, or just interesting to the audience. We've had talks in the past on knitting, walking across cities in straight lines, various other things. Who was at the lightning talks yesterday? Was it good? Okay, so if you would like to give a lightning talk, if you're inspired by the talks yesterday, and many of you were, well, these are already getting quite full, which is amazing, then you need to fill out an index card. So if you're going to fill out an index card correctly, you stick a title at the top. I will read that out when I introduce you. Stick your name at the bottom. I will also read that out when I introduce you. And stick a description in the middle that just gives us an idea of what the talk's about so that we can curate a variety of technical and non-technical talks of different levels. And finally, you need to pick a bucket. So once you've filled out one of those index cards, you can either stick it in, well, we've got our original buckets because we've got a parcel delivery yesterday that was 3 days late. One of them is for new speakers. You get to decide if you're a new speaker. If you don't feel super comfortable on the stage, feel free to stick your card in the new speakers bucket. And the other bucket is labeled everyone else. So if that doesn't apply to you, stick it in the everyone else bucket. We will pick these up. We did a late selection yesterday because obviously the conference was shifted by a couple of hours. We will probably pick these up at the start of the lunch break and hopefully announce them by 3:30 on Discord. So make sure you've got your Discord handle on there. And that was the lightning talk.
And now Eli is going to tell us about our evening activities today.
Good morning, everyone. So one of my favourite things about conferences is the hallway track, which is the name for if you don't go to talks and you just talk to people out and about and whatever. And the social evening tonight is well, we're going to have crafts and board games, but really they're there to facilitate more hallway track. It's always lovely. When we did it last time, it was a really wonderful evening. So from 6:15 today, we've got basically all of the open spaces available to us, so we'll probably be using downstairs. Bring yourselves, bring your board games, bring anything that you would like to do in a social situation, and come and hang out and meet your fellow attendees and talk about whatever you would like. It's going to be really lovely. I will see you there.
And on Monday, we have our sprints, and Afi's going to give us a quick introduction to the sprints.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Yeah, it's a bit quiet. On Monday, we'll be having sprints from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we are going to be sprinting on community projects such as Black Python devs and PyLadies. We have web development projects such as Django, the Django debug toolbar, Beware, and the render engine. And then we also have data scientific projects like Pandas, NumPy, SciPy, and language projects, libraries, and a sustainability project, which was very surprising to me. So if you're interested, kindly wait on Monday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for sprint. And yes, let's sprint together.
Something I forgot to mention is that we have a lovely speaker gift. If you are a speaker and you didn't receive one of these yesterday, please come to the welcome desk and we will give you one. So finally, we need some volunteers. So this conference depends on you, the attendees, helping us out with various things. So we especially need some session chairs, I think, for this room this afternoon. Tim could do with some video helpers, both in this space and in space 2, and we could do some workshop room helpers for tomorrow. So if you're interested in helping out, being a session chair is not that hard. You say hello, you introduce the speaker, and then you get to watch all the talks. So it's a pretty good thing to volunteer for. There is a volunteers channel. Please join, please offer your time. Oh, and John is over here. Talk to John.
I've just covered the last session chair for today. So if anyone wants to volunteer for tomorrow, let me know.
Thank you. So have a lovely day. I hope you really enjoy it. And I think Vince is here and will introduce